Good morning, class.
Good morning, sir.
How are you feeling today?
We're fine, sir.
It's pleasant to hear that we're all doing good. Before we start our lesson, may I request everyone to please stand up to the presence of the Lord. May I request the nation, please, just a short. Amen. Before you take your seat, please pick up those leaders under your chairs. And please arrange your chairs properly. The organizer and absent relation. Alright. Now, what was our topic class meeting? Yes, Miss Maribela.
Our topic class meeting is about
It is all about verbs. Very good. And what about verbs? What is the meaning of verbs? Yes, Maria.
verb is an action.
It is action word. It is pleasant to hear that you were able to recall our last topic. Now, before we proceed to our topic for today, let's have a game called 1, 2, 3, Go. Are you familiar with the game of Bila na Bila ni Game ka na ba? Alright. That is our game for today. All you have to do is to listen carefully and try to guess what is the best answer for that question. There are 3 sections or 3 choices up here. Letter A, letter B, and letter C. You just proceed to the letter of your choice, and then when you hear the sound,
1, 2, 3, go!
then you will proceed to the letter of your choice. If your answer is correct, then you will continue the game. And if it's not, you will be eliminated. Am I clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Alright, may I request everyone to stand up and your chairs to the side. Everyone stand for the class. Now, is everybody settled, class? Alright, let's start. The question is, it is a speech that a person delivers without predetermination or preparation. I repeat, it is a speech that a person delivers without predetermination or preparation. The choices are letter A, impromptu, letter B, persuasive, letter C, extemporaneous. Letter A, impromptu, B, persuasive, letter C, extemporaneous.
1, 2, 3, go!
Alright. The correct answer is letter A. Very good. Impromptu is a speech that a person delivers without predetermination or preparation. Next, it is a speech that is well prepared and that relies on research, clear organization, and practice delivery, but is rather read more memorized. Choices: persuasive, B, memorized, C, extemporaneous. I repeat, a well-prepared speech that relies on research, clear organization, and practice delivery, but is neither read nor memorized. Letter A, persuasive, B, memorized, or C, extemporaneous. 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go!
Alright. The correct answer is letter C, extemporaneous speech. when a speaker commits an entire speech to memory. Choices. Letter A, memorize. B, manuscript. Letter C, demonstrative. I repeat, A, memorize. B, manuscript. Letter C, demonstrative.
Three, go!
Alright, the correct answer is letter A. It is to memorize speech. Second to last. It is a speech where the speaker intends to educate their audience on a specific topic. I repeat, it is a speech where the speaker intends to educate their audience on a specific topic. Letter A, eulogy. Letter B, informative. Letter C, persuasive. Letter A, eulogy. Letter B, informative. Letter C, persuasive.
1, 2, 3, go!
Alright, the correct answer is letter B. It is informative speech. My request, the remaining students to please proceed at the center of the classroom. Alright, last but not the least. It is a speech that is given with the intention of convincing the audience to believe or do something. I repeat, it is a speech that is given with the intention of convincing the audience to believe or do something. Letter A, persuasive. Letter B, commemorative. Letter C, eulogy. I repeat, letter A, persuasive. Letter B, commemorative. Letter C, eulogy.
1, 2, 3, go!
Alright, the correct answer is letter A. It is a persuasive speech. Alright, good job, well done, class. Let's give ourselves a round of applause, please. Winners, kindly keep your prize after this class. May I request everyone to please arrange your chairs properly. Alright, is everybody settled? Alright, now, what can you observe on your recent activity? Or what can you say, or what did you have answered? What have you answered? What can you observe on what you answered a while ago? Yes, Miss Nikita. Yes, very good, Miss Nikita. It's all about the types of speeches. Now, what is the last type of speech that you've answered? What is the last type of speech? Yes, Miss Teresa. Very good. It is the persuasive speech. Now, we are going to discuss the persuasive rhetoric speech entitled The Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. But prior to discuss the speech, let's first know the brief background of the author. I request Teresa to please read the description of Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln was an American lawyer, politician, and statesman. He served
please continue with the background of Mr. Abraham?
Born in February 12, 1859, born in Kentucky, United States, assassinated in 1865, Peterson House, Washington, United States. Party, National Union Party, Children Robert Paladin College, Edward Peter, Ukraine, William State on Spouse, Mary Paladin,
Alright, now that we have known the brief background of Abraham Lincoln, let us first unlock those unfamiliar words that are embedded on the page, right? So there will be an audio clip that will be played, and all you have to do is to listen carefully and try to guess what is the word being described. And try to use it also in a sentence. Am I clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's start. Now, let us first hear the first audio clip.
To make or declare secret, set apart or dedicate.
Let us repeat.
To make or declare secret, set apart or dedicate.
What is the word being described, class? Starts with letter C. Yes, go, do one. Thank you. I see ya. It is the word consecrate. Very good. Now, can you use it in a sentence? Outstanding. Very good, Miss Nico. Let us hear the second word.
A suggestion that something will be done or talked about.
Again.
A suggestion that something will be done or talked about.
What is the word being described, class? Yes, the word do. Letter B. Yes, Mr. Ketchup. Very good, Mr. Ketchup. Can you use it in a sentence? Outstanding, very good. Now, let's move on to the third definition.
To continue to exist or last.
Again.
To continue to exist or last.
What is the word being described? Alright. I think Maria has an idea. Very good is the word endure. Now, can you use it in a sentence? Very good. Now, let's move on to the fourth definition.
To form a notion or idea.
Again.
To form a notion or idea.
What is the word being described? It starts with letter C and ends with letter E. Yes. Yes. Conceal. Very good. Can you use it in a sentence?
I think my uncle is
Good job. Now, let's move on to the last audio.
To be occupied with a task.
Again.
To be occupied with a task.
Alright. Who wants to try? What is the word being described? Yes. Elmar. to help Elmar. Yes, Andrea? Very good. Can you use it in a sentence, Andrea? Very good. Now that we have unlocked the difficult words that are embedded on the speech, let us dive into the speech itself. But before that, please be guided to this question. What is the speech saying? Why did Lincoln make this speech? What are the major points that Lincoln brought up in this speech? How do you think this impacted how people thought about the war? And lastly, if you're Abraham Lincoln, would you do the same? Why or why not? All right. There are also rules that you must observe. You must pay attention. Give the speaker undivided attention. Analyze the message of the speech. Take down notes and provide feedback at the end of the video. Am I clear, class?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. On November 19, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln delivered remarks, which later became known as the Gettysburg Address. At the official dedication ceremony for the National Cemetery of Gettysburg in Pennsylvania, on the site of one of the bloodiest and most decisive battles of the Civil War. Though he was not the featured orator that day, Lincoln's brave address would be remembered as one of the most important speeches in American history. All right, now that I've introduced to you the background or the description of the Gettysburg Address, there are papers pasted on your chairs. Now, I will group you into three. The group one will be the gun, group two, bombs, and group three will be the bullets. Now, the group of bullets will stay at the left side, group of guns to the right side, and the remaining group will be at the back. Kindly proceed to your group. Now, let us hear the Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fit and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggle here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
All right. Now, let's try to dig deeper on the speech as we hear the Gettysburg Address for the second time. And take note on the questions that was presented earlier. Be guided on that.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggle here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
All right. Now that we have finally heard or hear the Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln, let's try to answer this question. What is the speech saying? And what conclusion? What is the speech saying? It's all about what? It's all about the great mess from the group of moms. It is all about the great civil war. All right, very good, Miss Miguel, from the group of the bombs. How about the group of bullets? What is the speech saying? Yes, it's okay. All right, exactly. It's all about the civil war And Abraham Lincoln made this speech to appreciate those who fought for their lives. All right, now, why did Lincoln make this speech? Why did Lincoln make this speech? Let's do it. Why did Lincoln make this speech? The group of guns. Any representative? Yes. Very good for that wonderful idea. Now, what are the major points that Lincoln brought up in his speech? What do you think are the major points that Abraham Lincoln brought up in his speech? On the group of guns, bullets rather.
Lincoln points out about the three ideas. One, that his death should not have died in vain. Two, that his nation under God in the new birth of freedom. And three, that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish.
Alright, from those statements, Abraham Lincoln really felt the huge gratitude for those who gave their lives for their freedom, for the American citizens. Alright, how do you think this impacted how people thought about the war? Very interesting question. How do you think that this impacted how people thought about the war? What do you think is the reaction of the audience when Abraham Lincoln told this speech or gave this speech? Anyone from the group? What is your reaction? Or what do you think? Or what is their insight mean? Yes, from the group of bombs. Yes? All right, very good from the bomb group. It is all about appreciation and giving respect to those who sacrifice for the God. Thank you. Now, lastly, if you're Abraham Lincoln, would you do the same? Would you do or make speech for the people who gave their lives rather for the freedom, or maybe something for your country or for your community or maybe for your society? Would you do the same? Yes, the gun. And followed by the bullets, lastly from the bomb. If you're Abraham Lincoln, would you do the same? Why or why not?
I would want evidence to be written and created evidence to be
What is all about? Survey. Very good answer. How about the bullets?
essential and must no longer educate the public of the individuals with their expiring or
Very good answer. Lastly, from the bottom.
that way people will be aware and will be appreciate more how these soldiers have sacrificed their lives for American freedom. And that also became, the speech also became entitled so right now, so what not really address the people about this matter, so that they were not just saving themselves, but they're also saving the people.
Very good, Asha. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. I need a ring for your property.
So let's have another activity. Again, stay with your group. And you will be creating a speech, persuasive speech perhaps, and you will pick your topics in these envelopes. And after that, I will give you 15 minutes to create your speech and present it in the front. Are you ready? Okay. I need one representative for each group and pick your topics in the front. The gun, bullet, and bomb group. And you pick your topics. Gun group, what is your topic? For the bomb group, what is your topic? Okay. And the last group, what is your topic? And you will be judged by this rubric. Okay, you will be guided by this rubric. Introduction. 4 points is the first few lines of the speech which got my attention and made me want to listen. 3 points for the first few lines of the speech got my attention and I was curious to hear the rest. 2 points, the few first line it really got my attention and I'm not sure if I wanted to hear now. And 1 point, the first few lines of the speech did not get my attention and did not want to hear it anymore. And for content, 4 points of the speech focus on 1 or 2 major issues and describe those issues thoroughly. 3 points, the speech focused on 1 or 2 major issues but did not fully explain them. And 2 points, the speech focused on 1 or 2 more issues and did not fully explain them. And 1 point, the speech was unclear and did not explain any of the issues thoroughly. And for the delivery, 4 points, the speaker spoke out loud, deep voice and was expressive. And 3 points, the speaker was loud and clear but not very expressive. 2 points, the speaker was hard to hear at times and not expressive. And 1 point, I could not hear or understand the speaker. For conclusion, 4 points, the end of the speech was exciting and lively. 3 points, the end of the speech was somewhat exciting and lively. 2 points, the end of the speech was not very exciting or lively. And 1 point, the end of the speech was not exciting or lively at all. And for the overall, the speech was exciting and informative and really made me want to go for this person. And 3 points, the speech was informative and somewhat exciting. 2 points, the speech was not very informative or exciting and I probably wouldn't listen. And 1 point, the speech made me not want to hear the person. Okay, you have 15 minutes to start your speeches class. The timer starts now. Okay, the last time is up. So first presenter will be the bomb group. Will you present your speech? What do you want to present?
Why I believe that penalty should be abolished. There are three factors that I base this argument which wrong ethics, efficiency, and standard. In relationship to ethics, I would like to begin the quote by human rights activist Limuel. Take a life and a life has been lost, it's revenge, not justice. Also known as the death penalty. It's described as a government practice where a person is put to death with the state of the punishment for crimes such as murder, treason, and genocide. While it brings human life that many people would be convicted of few of the latter crimes, there were nearly 3,000 people on death row in the last year. Let that sink in, an unknown number of innocent people have been executed. As it is, many relatives of victims have said that they do not wish for the relative privilege to be put to death. Switching back to Gettysburg, the government is not providing its families with justice or revenge.
Thank you, Group of Powers. The next group will be the gun group. What's your topic? Please start.
Social media. We usually think of it as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and others. Many find this as a good way to share special moments or a way to share ideas or friends. At least one of the most social media account I know that. But the genuine question to all of us is how much time do we spend on it? We spend our whole lives on it or do we find it as a sideline? Is it our biggest favorite and hobby? For this speech, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of it. Social media pros and cons are often related as the influence of these platforms on people. Social media is a term that describes a person's ability to affect other people's social activity. The more influence a person has related their ability to say other persons. However, the impact of social media has also created spaces between individuals. They may stay together physically, but mentally they are distant from each other. Such platforms have become so integrated in our lives that many feel dependent, struggling to grow even a minute without meeting. On one hand, social media provides avenues for connection and activism, but on the other, it also plays a role in block activism. Everything is easily available in the city. You can start online business and get easy and very easily in city. If you misuse the use of social media, it can cause you significant mental illness and mental health. You should always go for the benefits.
Okay, thank you, gun group. And last but not least, the bullet group. What's your topic?
Our topic is about violence against women in our persuasion.
Please start.
In a world that strives for progress, it is disheartening to witness the persistent shadows of injustice cast upon countless women. Our collective voice must resonate as a powerful force, advocating for change and dismantling the pillars of violence that shatter lives. Violence against women is not a distant issue. It lurks in our community, workplaces, and homes. It is a violation
trumpets for the future, where the strength of the woman is celebrated.
Thank you. Good. Congratulations, everyone. Truly, you are all talented. And for your scores, the first group, the bomb group, got 19 points. And gun group got 19 points also. And from bullet group got 20 points. Congratulations, everyone. And for our next activity, our final activity rather, we will have a quiz group. And mechanics with the same group of students provide the answers in a board that we will provide. And there will be 10 questions each and 1 point each. And if you see raise boards, then you will raise your boards. And you will check it immediately. The team with the higher score will win the game. Okay, group leaders, can you get your execution boards in front? Gun group, bomb, and bullet. Okay, for teams, you can form a circle. Currently, we are in a group taking up what able station work, everyone. Are you ready? Okay. First question. Who is the author of the Gettysburg Address? Again, who is the author of the Gettysburg Address? 1, 2, 3. Raise your boards. Okay. What is your answer? Okay, correct. Gun group, Abraham Lincoln, correct. Okay, everybody got the correct answer. Number 2. Where is the setting of the speech Gettysburg Address? I repeat, where is the setting of the speech, the Gettysburg Address? One, two, three. Raise your voice. Letter, National Cemetery, Gun, America, the group. Okay. The correct answer is National Cemetery of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Only the bullet group got the correct answer. So the score is 2-1-1. For the third question, what year did the Gettysburg Address deliver? I repeat, what year did the Gettysburg Address deliver? 1, 2, 3. Raise your voice. Everybody got the correct answer. It's 1862. Our fourth question. What type of speech is the Gettysburg Address? I repeat, what type of speech is the Gettysburg Address? 1, 2, 3. Raise your voice. Okay. Everybody got the correct answer. This is persuasive speech. And number 5 question. The Battle of Gettysburg on July 1, 1863 was one of the bloodiest battles of Blank War. I repeat, the Battle of Gettysburg on July 1, 1863 was the one of the bloodiest of the Blank War. 1, 2, 3. Raise your voice. Everybody got the correct answer? The answer is Civil War. Question number 6. What month was the month that the speech was delivered? I repeat, what month does the speech was delivered? 1, 2, 3, raise your boards. Okay, everybody got the correct answer. The answer is November. And number 7, what is the purpose of the Gettysburg Address? I repeat, what is the purpose of the Gettysburg Address? One, two, three, raise your voice. One group to persuade, to give respect. Okay, nobody got the correct answer. And the answer is to commemorate a new national cemetery. And number 8, equivalent to 2 points. I repeat, number 8. It's equivalent to 2 points. And the question is, how many years is the 407 years? I repeat, how many years is the 407 years? I will give you 10 seconds to answer that. The question is, how many years is the 407 years? Okay, 1, 2, 3, raise your voice. Nobody got the correct answer. The correct answer is 87 years. And number 9, equivalent to 2 points again. For what specific occasion was Lincoln asked to write and deliver the Gettysburg Address? I repeat, what specific occasion was Lincoln asked to write and deliver the Gettysburg Address? I will give you again 10 seconds to answer that question. I repeat again. For what specific occasion was Lincoln asked to write and deliver the Gettysburg Address? Okay, 1, 2, 3, raise your voice. The gun group got the correct answer. Commemorate the new national cemetery and about the Civil War cemetery on November 1986. So our score is, the gun group is leading by 1 point. 5, 7, 6, 6. And my last question, this is a bonus round, equivalent to 3 points. The question is, in what bill or dollar does Abraham Lincoln belong to? I repeat, in what bill, money or dollar does Abraham Lincoln belong to? I repeat, in what bill, dollar, money does Abraham Lincoln belong to? I will give you 10 seconds to answer that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise your voice. $10. Yes, $1. Nobody got the correct answer. The 100 bill was Benjamin Franklin. The correct answer is $5 bill. Okay. The gun group means our please be and please take your prize after our discussion. Okay, you may now arrange your seats under one and pick those scattered pieces of papers. And for your assignment, everyone, okay, for your assignment, everyone, we pass next meeting and write your assignments in your assignment group After listening to the audio clip, make our friction paper about the Gettysburg address by Abraham Lincoln. And for our next topic, we can analyze the poem The Height of Ridiculous by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I hope you learned something, everyone. Goodbye and class dismissed.